Once again, welcome to our webinar, iTransition webinar, how to reduce mobile application development cost by at least 50%. So, my name is Yaroslav, and I'm working as account manager with iTransition, and I'll be your host today. Today, we'll try to dive deep into mobile application insights and understand how by choosing the right framework for your mobile project, you can save up to 50%. Let's have a look at what we'll be covering today. I expect our webinar will last about like 40-45 minutes maximum. And we'll start with the reason why your business should go mobile, why it's not more some luxury stuff but real necessity of today's world. Second topic is actually optimization of mobile projects, how to choose the right framework, right platform to get some savings in your budget and time as well. And at the end, we will have a separate Q&A session. So I really encourage you to post all your questions during the webinar to the chat. And at the end, we will spend some time to answer all your questions. So let me introduce our expert. Kostya is with a wealth of knowledge about mobile development solutions, technologies, strategies, with more than 5 years of experience. Will share his insight on why mobile apps are essential for businesses of all sizes in today's digital world. And Lisa, our mobile architect with over 13 years of experience. Right now, she's specializing on optimizing mobile projects, and she will actually explain differences in platforms and the frameworks and how the right choice can your project make more cost efficient. I'm really thrilled to have all our experts in today's webinar, and I think as an intro, that's all from my side. So Kostya, tell us why mobile application is really important for all businesses today.
Yeah. So with more than 6 billion smartphone users, or about 85% of the global population, and the revenue of more than $600 billion, the mobile app industry is healthy.
The statistic amazes and motivates anyone who wants to develop mobile application without bringing it off until better times. Of course, developing mobile application will bring some new benefits to your business, such as streamlined communication, because of such features as push notification, real-time chat, and others. Enhanced employee efficiency, for example, paperless work. Increased customer satisfaction. It will be much easier to get feedback from your users rather than in real life try to find them. And as a result, you will get boosted sales, reduced operation cost, improved business agility. However, it's not a secret. The developing mobile application will bring new investment and it will ask for additional budget. So each company try to analyze and optimize their budget. And it's still a question.
And today, we're happy to share with you our experience and insights to help you to find possible options for app development to increase the app development cost. So even though there is no simple answer for this question, but the tips from the next slide can be a good point for start.
So how to reduce project cost? We suggest to start with anyway, optimizing application functionality. First, better approach of mobile application should be easier as much as possible. It's important to focus on clean application design. So please organize communication between designer, developer, and customer. Provide detailed project requirements. For example, as for developers, product list is just product list. But for customers, sometimes it's additional UI, additional UX, additional animation, and even sometimes additional business logic. Practice the test-first approach. Earlier QA find bug, earlier developer fix it, earlier we will go to production. Choose experts both in technical area and domain. As example, One our customer outsourced a team which had really deep knowledge in technical area. He would like to develop mobile application in telemedicine. Unexpectedly, it took much more time to develop them some easy healthcare features only because they didn't have any expertise in industry. So in the end, cost grows.
Choose the right framework. Often, companies want to develop one application for iOS or Android, but some customers want to develop two apps with the same design, functionality, and user experience. Of course, it is possible to develop native applications. They are fully adapted for each operation system and usually provide more complete and unique user experience.
Nowadays,
Okay, sorry, Lisa, to
yes,
interrupt.
sorry.
Yeah, we have some interaction from my side during the webinar, and it's the first time. So I have a small pool, and I'm really curious to get your opinion. So trying to launch it. Okay, looks like it's done. So please vote for an answer for a question. What disadvantages do you think does native development have actually? Yes, please go. Because is the poll is actually working or not? It's working, okay. Let's spend like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Okay. Okay, most of people think that it's high cost actually as the main disadvantages. Guys, what do you think?
Yes, native applications require higher budget and greater work involved. But here we have a good news. There is a cost-saving solution that can suit you who thinks that such times and efforts seems to be high.
Nowadays, there is a lot of cross-platform solutions, such as React Native, Flutter, Kotlin multi-platform, MAUI, and something a little bit old as Ionic, Xamarin. So when we develop mobile application in native iOS or Android, it will work only in iOS or Android. When we develop in cross-platform, it's possible, can work in Android, iOS, desktop, and web front.
Native apps have the usual user flow. All the most popular applications on your mobile phone, most often native. With cross-platform, if you're a casual user, you will immediately notice the difference. It's not critical, but visible. So right now you can pay attention on the provided video with the example of the application, and you can notice that it doesn't look totally native. So do you see the tab bar? It's a bit off from what you might expect on the native applications. So also you can pay attention on the different animations. I mean, the scrolling, touching, screen transition animation. It's also looks a little bit different. On the screens, you can see a lot of examples of the list of elements, and even the part has distinct feel. So building this cross-platform, it can be really powerful, but you should keep in mind about these differences.
And let's take a look in native application, Booking.com. It's a very popular application. I guess everyone knows it. And when we open it, we see that there is no any strange transaction or animation. There is no any shrink views. And when we scroll it, touch it, we want to touch, we want to rent exactly this flat. And actually, it's just native. So let's take a moment until video finish. It's nice, right? And we'll have some examples other in cross-platform, of course. And Kotlin multi-platform, unexpectedly. When we start to see this video, actually we don't see any differences. Still nice transaction, nice animation, nice scrolling, and even some hardcore solution as Apple Pay is implemented. So how it can be? And little bit later we will answer on this question. Because we remember Kotlin multi-platform is cross-platform.
Yeah, just a quick question. Does anyone see any difference in native and Kotlin multi-platform applications? For me, it looks very, very similar. Again, please use chat. I'm really curious to get your feedback, your opinion. Okay. I'm not the only one who think it's very similar. Yeah, Mary, no difference for me as well. So please proceed. Thank you for your feedback.
Yeah, but not only the appearance of the application depends on the framework, but also its cost. So let's move to the next slide. As I mentioned before, the feature set influences the overall app development cost. And before choosing the right framework, we need to optimize the app functionality. So we recommend to choose the native app development if you have a flexible budgeting and you have plan for app continuous scaling. Also, develop the native application can be a good solution if you would like to integrate such things as augmented or virtual reality, IoT, artificial intelligence, or machine learning. Cross-platform development with Flutter and React Native can be a good solution if you would like to integrate some different platforms like Windows, web front, and you don't have plans for app continuous scaling.
And let's find answer how it can be that Kotlin multi-platform looks exactly as native. And secret is that in Kotlin multi-platform, you always have choice where and how which parts will be implemented in native and which part will be in cross-platform solution, Kotlin multi-platform. So because of it, usually UI UX parts is in native layer, and because of it, it looks and feels as native. Because of it, it's really easy to implement such specific feature as virtual reality, IoT, or some hardware-specific features. But you will need 3 developers, Android, iOS, and Kotlin multi-platform developer, because anyway, even that Android developer knows Kotlin, Kotlin multi-platform is little bit other technology. And additionally, you will need tech lead or architect who knows 3 different platforms, Android, iOS, and Kotlin multi-platforms. Because of it, it's really very difficult to save any budget in small application.
So on the next slide, let's see how defining all the must-haves features and choosing the framework affects the time spent on the project. Right now, you can see just an example of the estimation for standard mobile application for different frameworks, and you can pay attention on the total estimation for each framework and compare it. So why there are such differences? In Kotlin multi-platform, you need more time to implement the architecture because you need to implement it on iOS, Android side, and also know how it works with Kotlin multi-platform layer. Cross-platform with Flutter and React Native can be a good solution if you would like to implement just a stock mobile application. For example, you can pay attention on the network layer estimation for Flutter and React Native and compare it with the native. Sometimes you can use ready-made solution if it's suits for you. So, of course, it's just an example, and in the real project, it can be totally different.
Let's take real example. So it was real project, mobile application, actually not only mobile application, and we see some examples of estimation. So idea of application was to create application for doctors, and application should help them examine patient and save some records. Looks and feels as really easy application, unexpectedly a lot of hidden business logic and implementation of custom IoT. And additionally, it should work in Android, iOS, web front, and Windows. And let's take a look in real budget. So we can see that native implementation takes a lot of money because we will need to implement 4 different solutions. Of course, Kotlin multi-platform slightly cheaper, but still not so cheap as React Native and Flutter. And React Native and Flutter can save near 50% for us. Not bad.
Yeah. So, and when and what technology is best to use, and what do we recommend for our customers? If you have flexible budget and high requirements to the project, you can choose the native development. Also, you can choose the native development if you would like to integrate such things as augmented or virtual reality, IoT, artificial intelligence, or machine learning.
Kotlin multi-platform allows us to save near 25%. And still it will be high quality application, just feels and looks as native. But it will be still 3 developers, and additional we will need tech lead or architect who knows 3 different platforms.
Oh, and when we recommend choosing cross-platform, we recommend choosing cross-platform if you would like to support different platforms like iOS, Android, and sometimes some exotic like Windows, web front with one code base.
Just a quick question again from my side. Does anyone heard something or at least heard about Flutter or React Native as platforms for mobile development? And please post your answers to the chat. Sure. Okay. Okay. We see some people knows what does it mean and some not so. I think we need to add some more information.
Yeah, sure. Flutter can work if you like to save not only with mobile app, but also with web front or Windows. React Native can be a good solution in all other cases because it looks like a more mature and established technology that can helps you to save money and time.
But what should you be prepared for with cross-platform? Anyway, there will be some compromises. We have already seen this video, and let's be honest, it can be done much better. But we need organized communication between developer, designers, and also customer. Of course, there will be some limitation regarding settings specific user flow based on iOS or Android platform. But usually there is no any critical impact, but each case should be individually reviewed and organized and analyzed. So, Yaroslav?
Yeah, I think that's all from our side as the basics. We'll try not to make it too complex and too heavy to understand. So right now we will move to Q&A. I will check all the questions you posed before. I've seen it, but you still can post some questions right now. We will happy to answer them. Okay, let me check the chat. Okay, the first one is from Mary. So, won't adding QA to the project make its overall cost grow? Well,
Okay, I can answer this question. We recommend to adding QA for each product because the logic is simple. Early QA finds a bugs, early developer fix it, early we go to production and without any issues and bugs. Here I can just add an example for the real project, for the real customer who just ask to go to production without fully tested by QA team with the application with subscriptions. So, and after publishing to the App Store, we just the customer just changed the settings in the App Store and the subscription just stopped working. And a lot of users who just registered and paid once lost these accesses to the app, and the customer lost a lot of money. So, okay, it's a good point.
Okay, Mary, did you answer your question? Please drop your message in chat or just an emoji. So what exactly?
So maybe I can little bit expand information. So anyway, yeah, Mary, you're right. In the first stage, when we add any new team member, cost will grow. It's logical anyway. But as Kostya mentioned, after if we publish mobile application and we just lost any functionality or application doesn't work exactly how we expected, we lost real users. And when we lost real users, of course, we lost in the end money. And as Kostya mentioned, we had some example in real life when customer decided that he just didn't need any QA team and he will test himself. And his application had really easy functionality, so we decided that it should work. Unexpectedly, it didn't work. There were just subscriptions, and as developers, we tested it in debug mode and in developer mode, and it worked. He tested himself in production mode, and he said that everything worked okay. In the end, he just changed something in store, his settings about subscription prices and other parts. He had something as not crazy count of registration, something as maximum 100 people, and we don't know. Maybe they paid, maybe they didn't pay, but unexpectedly, because of wrong setup of subscription and not fully tested this functionality, he lost, or maybe not, we don't know, some money. So because of it, it's critical important to add QA team, even when we lost some money in the start of the project, because cost will grow, of course. Maybe now we answered, Mary.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Another question related to QA: can be testing be done by developers?
So yes, sure. We can just imagine this scenario when the developers will be tested the application, but it's not productive because for developers, the applications, what we created, the code, what we write it, it's like a perfect child. And it's really, really difficult to find any issues, any bugs in the perfect child. So I think that more productive, it's like to add a third party, I mean, different people who just know how to test the application, how to find the issues, to find the bugs.
Jane, do you still have some concerns about adding QA and test your application just by developers? Okay. Okay, so moving on. The next question was about Kotlin multi-platform, I assume. So from Jane again, why do we need 3 developers, and how we cut cost in this case?
So let me answer on this question. As I mentioned, in Kotlin multi-platform, it's possible to write, and we suggest to write some parts of code in native implementation. Usually it's UI UX and something really specific, which should be stay still in native layer. Because of it, we will need iOS developer for native parts, Android developer for native parts, and of course, Kotlin multi-platform, Kotlin developer who will write core logic of it. Where cost and how it can be cheaper rather than implementation in cross-platform solution, because in cross-platform solution there will be only one code base, but in Kotlin multi-platform we will still have 3 developers and additionally several implementation of native parts. So why and how? Because when we speak about some easy application as, I don't know, as product or e-commerce application, it will be just UI parts mostly. So maybe several pages and that's all. In this case, we can save any money because we will need a lot of parts implemented in native layer. And generally, one possible thing which can be implemented in shared code base is, for example, network layer. In this case, we save some money, but only because of several developers, 3 different developers. Additionally, tech lead or architect who knows 3 different technology, it won't save any money. It will save only time. So did I answer? Or maybe some additional info you will need?
Yeah, Jane, please come back to us. Was it okay? Is it else? Oh, okay. Moving on. I think it's the next question from Daria to the same topic. So how to understand that the project is small?
Yeah, let me answer again. So when I say small, I mean not that it's really small application. I mean that we can implement a lot of shared code base. So generally, my example of e-commerce application, when we have, for example, only list of catalog, maybe some product list, maybe product details, maybe, for example, order and basket, there is not a lot of business logic which can be shared between iOS and Android. And generally, only one part which will be shared is network layer. So when I speak about small, I mean not a lot of business logic which can be shared. Jane, let me know. Is it enough? Or maybe some...
No, this question was from Daria.
Oh, Daria, sorry.
Daria, did you answer the question? What does it mean small project? Or you need some more clarification? Okay. Okay, another question from Jane. I assume it's related to the slide where we're comparing different frameworks from the real project sample. So what framework did we actually choose, the customer choose?
So it was fun. Let me answer. So yeah, really, it was fun because unexpectedly, it was several years ago, and we chose this customer Flutter. And it was fun because, as I mentioned, it was custom IoT implementation, and additionally, it was implementation which should work in Windows, and Flutter just published their beta version for Windows. So some parts won't work as we expected. And of course, because of it, as I mentioned, it's critically important to organize communication between customer and developers, and also sometimes even designers. Only because of it, this solution worked, because we organized this communication and customer was ready that we will go with some compromises. And because of it, we saved 50% of his budget. So it was Flutter.
Yeah, unexpectedly, but still. Okay, I assume, yeah, we answer. So another question from Devin. I'm not sure I spell it right, so I'm sorry if not. So what platform would you recommend for a mobile-only MVP?
Let me try to answer. Yes, so it's really tricky question because MVP, it's just different MVP. So if we speak about theory and that it should work, if this application won't have a lot of shared business logic, so Kotlin multi-platform is not our choice. If we think that maybe in future this MVP possible can grow really and can be really scalable and we will have a lot of shared business logic, maybe in this case, it's nice to think about Kotlin multi-platform, even in this case. Because in the first stages of developing mobile application, Kotlin multi-platform won't save any budget for you. It saves only in future when you develop a lot of shared business logic. If you know 100% that you won't have any specific cases, I mean custom IT, maybe some custom implementation, custom payment system, something really native that will take a lot of time of implementation in future, I will suggest to use React Native or Flutter. Of course, it depends on which UI, how it should work, what are you ready, and a lot of other questions. Even domain is important because, for example, if we speak about healthcare, it's usually more logical to develop in native implementation or Kotlin multi-platform because additional security layer, additional easier parts of implementation, some standard default hardware features, some easy implementation of IoT devices, Bluetooth Energy Low connection, and other. So I would say theoretically MVP should be developed in cross-platform, but I suggest to review it individually. And of course, I guess next your question, what should be the estimated cost of the same? So again, it's difficult to say because even in our example, product list for us is just list and some items with text view and that's all. Maybe for you it will be something product list with possibility to remove, to edit something or something else, something like so. So I would say it should be something again. Just only theoretically, we speak about high-level MVP, something really easy as Kostya mentioned. So it should take maximum 2-3 months. But if you expand more details, I guess we can try to think.
Yeah, about the cost, it's always so different, even ballpark, as we don't understand the scope of MVP. All the requirements, all the background, as well as something might be really evident for you, and you will even not mention it, but for us it's not. So to not create some false expectation on the budget, I think it's the best option for you is to reach us with some more details, and we'll be happy to help you with the estimations. Yeah, as I'm sure you passed the registration form, I got your email when I will be sharing with you the presentation. So please come back to me with some extra details, and with Lisa, we'll be happy to cooperate with you and help you with the estimations. Cool. Okay, any extra question? Oh, I see, is a funny comment about the Fever platform.
Yeah, I can add some additional information anyway. So Fever, it should work with cross-platform solution, I guess. Of course, again, it depends what result we expect. I mean, design and other parts, because there is no any additional hidden features which should work only in native implementation. But again, here it's big project and it's not MVP. And in this case, we can think about Kotlin multi-platform solution. But because of MVP, maybe it will be still enough cross-platform. So I guess maybe it's better to get on touch and speak a little bit deeper about exactly functionality and see how it can be reduced in this case.
Yeah, I think it's the really best option. Okay, I think we don't have any more question. As we conclude our webinar, I would like to present you a unique offer. Actually, we almost mentioned it with Lisa right now. It's a free of charge workshop. So whether you already have a mobile application or you're thinking about some improvements, or you're just at the early stage and thinking about mobile development and what platform should you choose. So we'll always start with a questionnaire to get understanding of the project scope, any specific requirements, your business goals. You fill this questionnaire, and then we will have one-on-one interview workshop with our experts. And once we specify all the details, we will create the final report with analysis about what platform is most suitable for in your case. And in case you thinking about development from scratch, we will also add some cost and time estimates for your project. If you already have the project and thinking about enhancements, so our report will consist with a list of the most critical issues we think in your project, some point of enhancement of improvements, and as well as long-term cost reduction roadmap for you. So I will post right now in the chat the link to this questionnaire. So it will take for you just a few minutes if you're really interested to get know what option you have for your mobile projects. You can fill it and it definitely will reach you. And please stay with me for one more minute as I have the last poll. I'm really interested to get your feedback on our webinar. So hold on. I hope Teams will work fine right now. I'll be able to launch it. It's just a few questions. It will spend just like 30 seconds, not more. Okay. Okay, looks like it's working. So it's 4 questions from my side, please. It's a really simple questions, yeah, with answer yes, no. So I would really appreciate your answers. It will help us to improve our webinars, and I hope to see you in the next one. You also see a special email on your screen. It's mobile.apps@itransition.com. If you somehow pass the registration form and I don't have your email address or any other contact information, please drop us a short message that you were participating in this event, webinar.